So the very first one being Lion Desk, and I'm going to take an example. I took 2 referral listings last year. I'm at 16 closed sales from those, about 8 million in volume and 210 GCI, and that's from using these systems the right way. A lot of people are I'm using Lion Desk, so the big thing.
You want to give me a 5, right? Give me a 5.
So Lion Desk, I'm using Cole for information such as cell phones, emails.
Spell it for everybody, Lion Desk and then Cole.
Cole, C-O-L-E, Cole Realty Resource.
Okay.
The third one would be Mojo, which we're using as our dialer. And then we'll be using Corfac for mailings and BombBomb for video.
Okay.
So the biggest thing is when we get a listing, it's not, oh great, this is a guaranteed sale, especially in the seller's markets. What can we do with it where we can get more business? So what we're doing is a really extensive pre-listing campaign where we're basically taking every opportunity to meet all the neighbors multiple times, send them as much as we can, retarget on Facebook, and take this to an extreme to where everything we can think of is happening on every listing. Doesn't matter price point, where it is, we're taking it start to finish the same way. So it's going photos, video, Matterport, drone, everything. Doesn't matter if it's 200,000 or a million, it's getting the same treatment. And then from there, it's taking this just basic, all right, we're gonna set a pre-list campaign on Lion Desk, and it's gonna shoot us an email for every task that needs to happen throughout the process. So we can put in starting date, we took a listing today, and it's going on the market in 2 weeks, and it's gonna actually time when everything needs to happen for us. So it's going to send us an email today saying schedule, staging, photos, video, Matterport, all these items. And then in 3 days, it's going to say, all right, well, we need to schedule someone to walk our flyers. And then in 5 days, it's going to say create this on Facebook. So we're basically taking all the guesswork out and creating just a really standardized campaign for every single property. From there on Lion Desk, we're going to take it, we're going to go to Cole. We're going to take a radius from the listing and try and get as much contact with people that surround it. We really feel that listings are the most valuable asset in real estate, and that,
no question.
You know, no offense to anyone that's Zillow-centric or anything like that, but we feel that you can generate way more business from your own business than paying someone. So I have buyer's agents who are doing my open houses at my listings. They're knocking the neighborhood, and when I say buyer's agents, they're not doing only buyers, but they take the opportunity to take company-wide listings and generate their own business from it. So it's a leverage tool for all of us. With Cole, we're getting emails, we're getting cell phones, and we're doing circle dialing. So we're going to call the first time and say, we took a listing at 123 Main Street. Here's the information. We're going to go on the market in 2 weeks. Do you know anyone who might be interested, or have you yourself thought about maybe selling your home? Usually that's the first call.
So give me a little bit more detail what Cole does. What are they doing for you specifically?
They're an information provider. So basically what they're going to do is if you draw a radius, anyone that they can pull that's within that radius, they're going to create a CSV Excel spreadsheet, and it's going to say, here's their cell phone, here's their address, if they have an email, puts all of it together. So it's up to us to decide how we want to use that information, and we're using a Facebook retargeting list. We're sending out circle emails. So where most people are calling around the neighborhood, we're creating emails that we're sending out to everyone in the neighborhood. They're merging, so it's saying, hi John, we just listed your neighbor's home at 123 Main Street, and we saw you live at 675 Main Street. And then those are really specific to the client as well. So we're trying to just make this feel like an experience where, one, they're seeing us probably 10 to 15 times in 2 to 3 weeks, which is really important. The branding aspect, people recognize you, you build that relationship. And we've really found that being able to do that creates business. It may not be today, but
it's sort of the alternative, the modern alternative to the straight direct mail to the neighborhood. Because what you're saying is, sending something to somebody's mailbox because they live 2 blocks away, you're not really reaching them. You need to reach them in the way that they now communicate. People don't communicate through mail. You need their email, you need their mobile number. So you're using this radius to try to drive some of that connected data to be able to work them the way that you can actually form a relationship with them.
Sure, and we're doing direct mail too with Corfac. It's been really, really big. Our ROI is like 10 to 11 to 1 right now with Corfac, because we're hitting them with a pre-listing campaign, then it goes on the market, and it's an escrow, sold, market update. So we're spending the time to hit them where it really matters, and just the consistency and really having a good plan. You know, you get a lead, what are you doing with it? We know that day one, they're getting a CMA, they're getting our seller guide, they're getting everything they need, and we're just turning this into a relationship as opposed to, oh, John just said he's interested at this home because they saw it on my website, we're calling them. No, it's like, all right, we want to meet you, we want you guys to know who we are, you want to see us on Facebook from our retargeting list, and create that long-term pipeline as opposed to, I need what's available today. And I think that's what a lot of agents don't focus on, is the long-term.
Interesting. So what else? You had five. What were
So
you?
we had Line Dash CRM, Cole, Mojo's who we're calling through. So we're just basically importing all the contacts from Cole into Mojo and making those phone calls that we need to. And you can do a pre-list, you can do a neighbors only invite, you could do one, what's your escrow, do all these things. I mentioned Corfax, so there's a lot of great options on Corfax.
We're at the time. Well, don't rush yourself. I know we're the last panel, so we'll take a few minutes. I want to make sure I get through all this.
So Mojo, we'll call them, we'll tell them, you know, we're listing this property. Then 3 days before we go on the market, we're going to send out, we're going to call them and say, you know, we're doing an open house, we're doing neighbors only invite from 10 to 1. We're going to have coffee, bagels, mimosas, whatever it might be, and we're inviting them there. And then we're going to call them when it goes in escrow and when it sells, and let them know that we're there to be their resource and keep them informed of what's happening. So
the last was Bomb Bomb.
Bomb Bomb really ties into what I mentioned with the circle email. So we're basically taking a radius, emailing the neighbors, showing them that we're listing property in their area. We have this proven track record. Here's what we're doing. So we'll send them marketing pieces that we're using for the neighbor's home, send them the map report, the videos, everything, so that they can see what we do as a company for their neighbor. And that's just, all this is just a combination. I know the ROI isn't one of the five, it's all of the five and how we're using them together.
Great. That's really great. I appreciate the way you strung that together, and I appreciate yours as well. But with the very enlightened attitude you're taking toward kind of managing the business and reducing risk and things like that. John, anything else you want to add? You want anything to his or comment on anything on his group?
No, it sounds like you're doing a great thing for
Both of you doing really interesting stuff. I appreciate you.